four-time Olympian, seven-time world champion long jumper Brittney Reese, who joins us from her home in San Diego. She will leave for Tokyo on Saturday. Brittney, welcome to BNC.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Well, Brittney won gold at the 2012 Games in London and was a silver medalist in 2016 in Rio. She also competed in 2008 in Beijing. So how does this time around compare to those past Olympic experiences?
This time around is something that we say in practice: last one, best one. This will be my last Olympics, so I'm looking forward to going out and winning another gold and hanging my shoes up.
Okay, so you say this will be the last one. A moment ago, I mentioned the rise in COVID cases in Tokyo. A number of your fellow Olympians have told me that their level of concern not very high. How about yours?
They're not high also over here. We have COVID testing to do before we even get there. So I will start my process of COVID testing tomorrow. We have to have two negative tests before we even get on a plane. So I'm really not that much concerned. I stay away from people. I still wear my mask. So for me, I'm not concerned at all.
Now, one of the byproducts of this event and COVID, no spectators. The state of emergency in Tokyo is there. So how do you mentally prepare yourself for that? Because as we all know, fans make the Olympic atmosphere and all sporting events so special.
For me, it will be different. But this past year, I haven't been able to have any competitions with fans regardless. So it basically prepared me for this type of competition. But it's sad that we don't get that opportunity, because my family would have been able to come there, and it would have been, the fans bring us more energy. So we just have to channel our own energy and try to do the best we can.
I want to ask about one of those family members a little bit later, your son Alex. Meanwhile, you're one of 130 names on that track and field roster. We all know that Sha'Carri Richardson's name is not there. Many believe, of course, that she should be one of your teammates. What was your reaction to that news, and how much do those of you in a very tight track and field community discuss situations like that one?
We don't necessarily discuss those type of situations. They're in the rule book. So her situation is something that I have no concern over, because it's in the rule book. But other than that, we don't really discuss it, and the rest of us are just going to go out there and do what we can.
All right, Brittney, you've been very open, courageous when discussing your battle with depression in the past, stemming from surgery following an injury some years ago. You've been very upfront, encouraging others to embrace help that they need. One of the more recent high-profile cases, another Olympian, Naomi Osaka, the tennis superstar. Frankly, do you feel like you have saved lives in some cases when you've encouraged those who could be encountering certain problems?
I would hope so. In the Black community, we kind of tend to think that we don't need help, and I was one of those athletes that felt that I didn't need the help. And when I did get the help, and saw how much it impacted me and in my career, I encouraged other athletes to do it. And I'm proud of Naomi for going out there and putting herself out there, and maybe she saved a lot of lives herself. So we should all just get help when we need it.
How much of a challenge was it? How difficult was it to actually come out and share such personal news with the world?
It's always tough, because we're in the spotlight, and the media can tend to take things the wrong way. But I think it's about helping other people, and that's the main thing. We want to help others and encourage others to do what's necessary for their health. And if it saves lives, then I'm all for it.
All right, so Brittney has done something no long jumper in history has done. 7 world championships. No one has ever done that. Not Jesse Owens, not the great Carl Lewis, not Jackie Joyner-Kersee either. You mentioned this will be the final Olympic Games for you. When you think about your accomplishments, though, you've been the best in the world for so long. You see that some of the other athletes in other events, more so sprinters than anyone, they seem to get so much glory. Is that ever something that enters your mind, or are you happy just sort of laying in the weeds and continuing to rack up the achievements?
I had a discussion about this not too long ago about me getting my roses. And for me, I just love track and field. I love being in the event. I love jumping. I love just the overall aspect of track and field and what it brings to the community. I'm not here for glory. I'm not here for fame. I'm here to do what I love to do. And if it comes with me getting my roses, it does. If it doesn't, I'm not big on the limelight, but everybody wants to be appreciated. So it is what it is. But I'm just grateful to be where I am, and God's blessed me, and that's all I'm proud of.
Oh, no doubt about that. Brittney, one final question for you. Brittney, for our viewers, she's the mother of a teenage son whose name is Alex. We recently saw that your fellow Olympian, Allison Felix, will help pick up the tab for some professional mothers who need childcare as they practice and compete in Tokyo. Give us a sense of what it is like to be one of the elite athletes on the planet and also raise a child. I think it's something that most of us don't consider often enough.
Yeah, it's tough. I homeschooled him for a couple of years, and then I realized he's a social butterfly, so he needs to be around other kids. So I was able to put him in school, and that loosened things up a little bit for me. But it's tough. You know, you have to juggle so many hats. But with it comes joy, and with it comes watching a great kid, great athletic kid at that, grow up and be the man that he is today.